We have survived. There's only 2,000 people left in the elimination picks. We guessed right last week because what? We decided, hey,
because we're smart? I don't know.
I don't know. The Dolphins look really bad. You had two college teams out there basically on Monday night. It was really nice to have both a college matchup and an NFL matchup on Monday night. It was really nice.
Well, there's something like that.
Yeah, so we took the Titans last week.
Only because the Dolphins haven't taken our advice and run the Wildcat.
Hey, and guess who did run the Wildcat?
The Titans. The Titans.
Jay Spears, baby. Did you see that move? That was a sick move.
How do you have Hill, A-Chain, and Waddle and not... You're like, oh, we're going to go with this Skyler guy as our best option.
Just put Hill back there.
Yeah, just let him run it. See what happens.
All right, so on that, here's your elimination picks. You're going to throw some of these out. You're going to even call me crazy for some of these.
You are crazy.
All right.
Crazy.
So, first one for an elimination pick. Now, 37.9% of people that remain are picking the Seahawks this week. We picked the Seahawks, so we're barred from taking this one.
Yeah.
Mike, do you think the Seahawks at home beat the Giants?
I think they probably do, Dirk. The Giants, though, are a weird team like that where I guess, neighbors can get free. Jones goes up and down, but I like Seattle to win it probably.
I do too. Yeah. I think it's going to come down to the question mark of how is Neighbors? Is he healthy? Is he out of concussion protocol? Is that what's going on with him right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. And I think in likelihood, though, again, you've got Seattle in the Hawks' nest with a defense that got, granted, they got absolutely fleeced by the by the Lions this past week, but they're still a tough unit. So I don't love the Giants' chances.
This is not a bad pick. I think this is a good one if you still have Seattle. However, I will notice that in the last few weeks, anything that has more than 20% has had an upset in the last few weeks. Last week, something like 25% of remaining people picked the Jets last week.
That's right.
Oofta, that was tough. All right.
Who's upsetting this week?
Next one I have for you, Mike. Yeah. And this one I don't feel very comfortable about, but I still am going to throw it down because of how bad the Jets were last week. The Vikings over the Jets, I think, is a legitimate take. You could save the Vikings for another week. I'm all for that. However, I don't think this is a bad week to use the Vikings as they take on the Jets across the pond.
High tea for Sir Sam Darnold. I don't know, Dirk. This is a complete wild card game. I mean, it's just all the logistics of going over to the UK to play. It's I don't know. I mean, it's a crapshoot on this one. I don't love it either for the sole reason of again, the Jets' defense is legit. And let's be honest, that Broncos game is just a toss-up in those kinds of conditions anyway. But
I feel like more had to do with the conditions on that one.
Minnesota on that front, though, has looked very good on offense. They look imposing no matter what. It's just a matter, though, of have you woken up on the wrong side of the bed on the other side of the world. Or at least on the other side of the Atlantic.
Now, hear me out. This is going to make it into upset alert because the Colts right now are the underdogs going to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I think you picked the Colts this week, and I'm leaning towards this pick, Mike. Colts over the Jags.
I'm leaning towards this pick for the other side, Dirk. I think Jacksonville is finally due.
They are favored by 3 points.
Which I get, but if you're doing the elimination pickup, like it is highly risky. I just have a feeling Jacksonville is finally going to win this week, especially, you had Richardson get hurt. Flacco, yes, I mean, he comes in, he does well, and Flacco he's about the best backup you could ask for in this circumstance. But I just feel like Jacksonville is super due this week. They are not a good team. They're a pretty bad team, but they're still due to win.
All right, so hear me out on this. If Flacco starts, I think this is a good lock for elimination. If Anthony Richardson starts, absolutely not. I'm staying as far away from this as I can. Okay?
I'm almost leaning towards take Jacksonville in your elimination pick, but go on.
Jeez, well, man, we're not even on the same page. Now, here's the one that I think we're going to have to use this week. And it's crazy because right now the Dolphins are only a 1-point underdog. Right. But I think taking the Pats over the Dolphins, so long as no miracle trade happened, Russell Wilson's still in Pittsburgh or something like that, or even Justin Fields is still in Pittsburgh, I think picking against the Dolphins is really the only confident pick I have this week. Pats over the Dolphins. Antonio Gibson starts in the number 1 spot and has over 100 yards rushing against the Dolphins.
It could happen, Dirk. However, there have been certain points in the season already where the Patriots have looked abysmal too. So I don't know. I don't have great confidence in this one, but I have more confidence in taking the Patriots over the Dolphins than I do the Colts over the Jaguars. So I'm leaning towards this one so far. Throw out your next option.
We're going with Pats.
Yeah.
And we'll see how we do. We'll check in next week.